Today probably isn't the best day to do this video, but I want to share a little bit about light. Now we are so used to looking at artificial light on our phones, and for a lot of us it's the first light that we see in the morning. So when we wake up we look at our phones first, and I don't think this is the natural way. I'm very fortunate where I am because, you know, when I do my meditation first thing in the morning, it's dark, and then when I open my eyes, when I see the light coming up, I'm basically looking at the sun coming over the horizon, so I can eye gaze, or I'll come to this spot and I'll eye gaze. Sun gaze, my bad, sun gaze. So sun gazing is gently work your way up to being able to look at the sun, but fundamentally it's looking at the first rays of the sun as the sun comes over the horizon, or the last rays at night. So the first, start with the first 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes, depending on how you're feeling, or the last 10-15 minutes, depending on how you're feeling. And you stare at the sun. Now we're all told we shouldn't do this, it's bad for us. But there's many benefits to this. Light is a big part of waking the body up, okay? It releases serotonin. So when we look at an artificial light and it's still dark, it's just not good for us. When we look at the sun directly, one, it's a bit of a spiritual experience because it's beautiful actually staring at the sun. And I'll let you experience before I tell you what it's like. If you've never done it, it's a beautiful, beautiful experience. Two is it helps open the pineal gland, okay? It helps stimulate all the right chemistry in the body. Overnight, it's important as well, because if you watch the sun go down, it's very important then to do your best to not be stimulated by artificial light at night, because this is very detrimental to the body, because the body's trying to produce melatonin to sleep. Melatonin helps us sleep. It's a nighttime chemical, okay? It rejuvenates us as well while we sleep. And if we are watching our phones, it's scrambling a signal. We're thinking, oh, the body's thinking, I'm sure it's dark, it's nighttime. But yet I'm stimulated by this light, and it's an artificial light. So it actually puts a lot of strain on the liver. The liver takes a pounding doing this. So it's trying to release more serotonin when it should be releasing melatonin. And it just scrambles everything. And this is why people suffer with insomnia, things like that. So starting your day by staring at the sun is a beautiful, beautiful practice. It's really interesting because some of the alchemical practices in Taoism, they stare at the sun when it comes up. But they also have practices like Mantak Chia has practices where, because in this day and age when we're all on our phones, we're not getting the right melatonin. So he does retreats where you'll spend like 10 days, I think it is, in complete darkness, pitch black. And what this does is it helps the body really restore its melatonin. It's really interesting because the high-level Freemasons have a similar practice. What the Freemason practice is, and tell me if the story reminds you of anything, they get locked in a box and they stay in a box for a number of days in pitch black, and the brain releases what they call a super melatonin, okay? And then they are taken to a mountaintop, and when the sun comes up, they are forced to stare at the sun for as long as they can, which is excruciating, but it creates something they call a super serotonin. Okay, so the chemistry in the brain is going crazy. It actually opens a lot of your third eye, spiritual channels. Also helps with longevity, things like this. But then they are so sensitive to light, they have to spend their time in darkness. So they only come out at night, and they also drink blood and things like that. At this time, this is where the story of vampires comes from in the movies, okay? So, you know, they have their own practice for that, and I'm not saying do that because obviously they hijack everything and try and put their own dark spin on it. But if you just look at it back to returning to natural law and basics, these phones that we're on, they're not natural, they're artificial. Okay, and the light that they give off is not a very, it's not a good light. You think of frequencies of light, like fluorescent light is not good for us. So many lights are actually detrimental to us. But then we have the highest vibrational light that we're subject to in the physical reality is the sun. After that, it's spiritual light. Okay, and this has been measured. Spiritual light is after that. So this is why we create visualizations. We open our third eye so we can see spiritual light. But the main thing I wanted to get across in this video is follow nature's way. Tao Fa Ziran, it's a Taoist mantra. My teacher did the CD, a song of this. Tao Fa Ziran, Tao Fa Ziran. It's a mantra. It means follow what is natural. So the phones aren't natural. They're literally not. We know this. And we don't feel good when we're on them. Let's be totally honest. If you're on your phone all day, you feel like shit. A lot of people don't know this because most people feel like shit all the time. They don't know what feeling good feels like. So if you can get out in the morning. This morning I didn't. There was too much cloud. Couldn't see it coming over the ocean. But you know, you can still see it at some point. But if you can see the sunrise, make the effort to see it. Give thanks to it. Give your appreciation for your life and everything while staring at the sun until it becomes uncomfortable, and then just stop. Okay, but it's a beautiful way to start the day. It's a very, very healthy way to start the day. And you can finish your day this way by watching the sun go down. But then once the sun's down, follow nature's way. Go to bed a little bit earlier if you can, and maybe not stay on watching TV when it's dark. Support your body to prepare itself for sleep, because whatever toxins and toxicity we're subject to in the day, when of a night, that's when we should be really rejuvenating. And if people aren't sleeping, they've got Wi-Fi on, they've got a phone next to their head, or they're watching the phone and all night. Or my mum sometimes sleeps with the telly on. I mean, this is really, really detrimental to your body, to your health, and to your mind space. So yeah, here's the sun now. Usually it comes up about here. It comes here and it comes across like this. So we're very fortunate here. But if you do have the chance to stare at the sun in the morning, I definitely recommend it. And that little, to show you that there, that what you're looking at here, that's Byron Bay. It's Byron Bay where the lighthouse is. So I'm going to do another Health Made Easy on ice baths. I'm going to share the benefits of getting in the ice. I'm going to show one on stretching as well, and I'll probably show one on breathing as well. But this one is about light. I love you all. I wish you all the health, the most health, happiness, love, success the world has to offer. You take care. Bye bye.